Today's demo lesson is on networking. So we're going to talk about business English, common expressions you can use, things you can use in networking events, words and phrases that come up often. I'm also going to go through the homework briefly, so if that's something you're interested in learning more about, stay tuned to find out more. Hey, I'm Michael with Michael's Business English. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Michael Rincon, a former six-figure data analyst turned ESL instructor and career coach. I help non-native English speakers like you with your work life and career to increase your value. If you're new here on this channel, we talk about business English, communications, and career development. So if you're into that, make sure you like and subscribe. And all the descriptions mentioned in this video can be found in the comment section below. Okay, so today's business English lesson is on business networking. The objectives for today's lesson include to practice common vocabulary used in networking with a focus on business events, conferences, and social networking. To practice common small talk expressions, what do you do is an example, and various vocabularies covered including accommodate, arrangement, log, booth, coincidence, friend request, hashtag, head out. All right, let's begin. So here are some common small talk expressions. Can you complete the common small talk expression with the missing verb? You might need to change the tense. So here's the first sentence. What do you blank? Now here are some words you can use. Go, hear, bring, do, be. So if you're familiar with past and present tense, this is where things will get tricky. So I'll go through some of these with you so you have an idea what to expect. Since this is a demo lesson and we can't actually talk to each other, I just wanted you to give an idea. So the first question is, what do you blank? So is it what do you go? What do you hear? What do you bring? What do you do? Or what do you be? Now, if you don't know what these vocab words are, remember we can go and check this. So we can go click on these words and open up the dictionary. So go is a noun. Let's see, go. Our turn. It's my turn to a time period for working. So what do you time period for working? He took a crack at it. I gave it a whirl. So you can see this is an example of where using the word go is using it to take an action, an attempt. Probably not what we want to use here. All right, so we know that go doesn't make sense in this situation, doesn't make sense what you blank. What about this one? What blank you hear today? What go you hear today? Probably not that. How's your day blank? Is that go, hear, bring, do, or be? It's probably go, but it's actually going, right? And now, if you saw last time when we tried doing this, it only showed go. So I'll show you real quick again. The dictionary will show you the noun version. But, so how is your day going is the correct version here. That here. How's your day going? I got a question, but so that's an example. If you're not familiar with present participles, I would start looking that up. So argaroons. So if you're struggling with this one, you may want to go back to some of the earlier lessons and look at some of the more A1 to B2 level lessons. Let's move on. So here's some more common small talk expressions. Travel, attend, know, make, be comes up again. How long have you blank a member of this organization? I was really impressed by the speech blank at that event last year. How do you blank person's name? What presentations have you blanked today? Are you from this area and how far did you blank for this? Now remember that some of these words they might need to be adjusted, right? So what presentations have you blanked today? What tense is that? Is that present tense? Is this future tense? Or is this past tense? You know what I mean? So that's just food for thought here. I'll let you think about that one. How long have you blank a member of this organization? Again, what's the tense here? Is this so? Just stuff to think about. Now we've got some more examples of small talk, right? Discussing the food match to make conversation. If there is food at the conference or networking event, you can use it to start conversation. So what I'd like you to do for this exercise is take these sentences and match them with a question. So this is a sentence: I can't stop eating this potato salad. What should you say next? So if you're talking to someone or someone's talking to you, what might they say? So for example, if someone's sitting at the table saying, I can't stop eating this potato salad, what can you say? Care to join me? What is it? Have you tried it? What are you thinking? I think I'm going to grab some food. Which one should I use for that one? So if someone was to ask you, if someone was talking, I think I'm going to grab some food, what would they also say? Like usually they say a sentence and then they usually say a statement, do they not? Right? Like so, they say, I'm going to grab some food. Would they say, what is it? Would they say, care to join me? Would they say, have you tried it? Would they say, what are you thinking? That drink looks good. Care to join me? What is it? Have you tried it? What are you thinking? So we're getting to the end of the demo lesson, so I want to cover some more vocabulary. So most people think networking is going to like a face-to-face event, like a conference or a happy hour. However, because of the internet, a lot of networking is actually done online. In fact, I actually prefer networking entirely online. I have not been to a social event in years. That has been very lucrative for me, meaning like I've been able to make a lot of money just by networking online. So don't think you have to go to conferences to have a successful career. I've never gotten a job offer through a conference, but I've gotten interviews and job offers by utilizing social media like LinkedIn. So this is going to be a fill-in-the-blank exercise. We're going to go over some more definitions here. Deactivated platform post request. Let's see. A friend blank is something you send to someone asking them to join your network of friends. So is that deactivated, platform, post, or request? So as before, like we can look up the words and we can just fill in the blank to see which one makes sense. I'll let you toy with this one, check it out yourself, test it out, just in the interest of time. Here are some more social media terms and their meanings. This may or may not matter to you. It depends on what you're using social media for. So viral, and then a system that manages content. Platform, used to describe real people behind blog and their other social profiles. Authenticity, an individual's importance online and influence anything shared across social networks that gets passed along quickly. So remember, it's a mix and match exercise. The goal is to figure out which word goes where. So viral, what does that mean? A system manages the content. Is it used to describe real people? Or is it an individual's importance online? Or is it anything shared across social networks that get passed along quickly? Now, what about platform, right? So that's the answer, by the way. I wanted to point that out because if you're using social media, like you're using LinkedIn to post and you're trying to build your network that way, understanding virality might be important to you in your network. That might be part of your strategy. So if you follow me on LinkedIn, you notice like I'm posting multiple times a week. And I've noticed that some of my posts go viral, some of them don't. And I noticed the ones that go viral touch on certain topics. So that's kind of what I'm looking to do when I'm networking online. Okay, so platform. Is it a system that manages content? Is it used to describe real people behind blogs and other social platforms? Or is it an individual's importance online? So in this case, we're going to say platform is a system that manages content online, platform can mean lots of different things. So platform in this case actually means a system that manages content online, like Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. platform is sometimes used metaphorically speaking, like you need to have a platform for showcasing your content. And it's not like a literal thing. It's not literally saying you need a platform. It's like it's just an idea, a vision. So it's just good to know that some of these words have multiple meanings. Here's some more terms that might be useful to understand. So social media terms, bachelor terms for their meanings, hashtag, trending blog, user-generated content, and then here's the definitions. Um, so a blog is a site updated frequently by an individual or a group to record opinions. And the reason I want to get to this one quickly is that part of my strategy for networking online is to identify blog articles that might be interesting to certain people and send it to them. And also, you might find this useful if you're looking to go work at certain companies, is to read their blog. Now, this used to be called a website, and blog is maybe it's not the correct thing to say. A blog is basically attached to a website. It's a website is something that's online as a platform. A blog is a type of website that's used to tell a story or to tell information. So you go to michaelsbusinessenglish.com, that's a website. If you go to the blog portion of that website, you'll see content. You'll see posts about like what to do if you struggle with interviews, what to do if you're how to remove your accent was one article we did. So you could take those articles and send it to people and say, hey, I thought you might find this article useful because you said you have struggled with interviews, might be an example. So just keep that in mind. All right, to sign off this demo lesson, I wanted to go over the homework real quick. So we didn't cover the small talk because I just assumed that was a known quantity. So take a look at these questions and let me know if you have trouble with this, and I can go back and add this in later. So the first question is, which is not an example of small talk? What do you do? Where have you been here before? What do you think of the current government, and how's your day going? So it's the point of this question that what it's trying to do is small talk is basically like conversation, and what they're trying to do is show you that some ideas, some topics of conversation may be too emotionally heavy for some people. So what do you do? How would that make someone feel versus how have you been here before? How would that make someone feel? What do you think of the current government? How does that make you feel? What do you think that would cause someone to do in a conversation? You don't know someone. How's your day going? All right, so let's look down. Over 1 million people signed up for the site over the weekend. The company has had, let's see, the different definitions you can use. So this is an interesting one. So remember the definitions that we talked about. The question is like 1 million people signed up over the weekend. So the thing is like, we don't have a lot of information here, but given the words that we have here, is it viral, steady, increasing, or decreasing? And remember, if you don't know the answer, feel free to go on Google and look up the answers, because remember, that's only going to help you. It's only going to reinforce your knowledge, because it's going to help you learn English faster and improve your English faster. Let's see. So here is answer the questions in full sentences. Let's see. You are at a conference waiting in line to eat lunch. An important client that you have never met before is standing next to you. Make some small talk to initiate the conversation. Oh, this is a really cool one. So I kind of wish I had gone to the small talk one now. But here's, if you're not familiar with small talk questions, like, let me tell you an example of what I did real quick before I go. I was actually in line at a food truck at a networking event. Not a networking event, it was a conference. But the point is, like, we started talking about the food truck. Literally my starting conversation line was like, I'm worried that by the time we get to the food truck, they're gonna run out of food. Right? That's the thought that came to me. But that's more advanced conversation stuff. But just want to show you, like, it's very light, it's playful, and that turned into a 20-minute conversation with someone who turned out to be the district manager of franchise. Right? So. I didn't get this contact information. I was too shy. But you see, like, there's actually a lot of ways you can start conversations. So take a stab at this, try it out, do your best. Now here's one about how to leave the conversation. So we didn't cover this one in the demo lesson either. But in the actual lesson, we actually talk about how do you leave a conversation gracefully, properly. And there are ways to do that. There are certain words or statements to do that that are a little bit more appropriate than others. So if you want to check that out, make sure you sign up for our lessons so you can find out how to leave a conversation properly. Of course, you can also Google it, but you won't get the feedback from me because if you Google it, I can't tell you. So have you ever been to a conference? Now this is just a free-form summary. What about time you're at a business conference? What was the theme of the conference? Use the vocabulary from the lesson, rightly setting words. All right. Thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed this demo lesson. Hope to see you guys in class. Talk soon.